Hi, it's Dustin Guthrie with Elite Real Estate Services in Cape Coral in Southwest Florida. I'm over at one of our new foreclosure properties that we will be listing shortly, so I figured I'd do a quick video on 5 things that you should know before you go trying to buy some foreclosures in Florida. I'm sure it differs from state to state, but my experience is in Florida, and I've done over 1,000 of these foreclosures here in Southwest Florida, so I know a thing or two about it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1 is hire a full-time professional realtor in the area with extensive experience doing foreclosures. If you're in Southwest Florida, that'd be somebody like me. From about 2008 to around 2013 or so, our area was one of the main epicenters of the foreclosure crisis. So nearly about 100% of my business revolved around managing and selling foreclosures like this one I'm in right now. For various local and national banks and lending institutions. So we got kind of an extensive hands-on education in how these banks operate and how the sales processes go. And so we're able to help our clients avoid any pitfalls while also giving them sort of a leg up on the other potential buyers that might be also competing for these properties. All right, the second thing that you should know is don't expect to get a big discount off the list price. These banks generally will get appraisals on these properties, and usually they stick pretty close to that appraisal number. You're not going to expect to go in there and whack 20% or more off the list price. You know, a lot of people come to me and say, well, it's a distress sale, the bank wants to get it off their books. Yeah, that's true. But again, a lot of them, depending on what the situation is with the foreclosure, may have to justify the number that they accept to either an internal or external auditor, or an insurance company in the case that the mortgage was insured. So don't expect to get a huge discount off that list price. It just doesn't happen. So number 3 is going to be find out what type of foreclosure and what type of sale it's going to be. Is it going to be an auction, either in person or online? Is it a traditional sale where you just submit an offer in the form of a regular state contract? A lot of times if they're auctions, particularly online auctions, they'll kind of bait it out there with a really, really low list price to get a lot of activity on it. But that low list price doesn't necessarily mean they're going to take that for the property, and usually it gets bid up as the auction progresses. Normally these online auctions can be for 30 or more days in some cases. So definitely check that out. And again, you know, a good realtor is going to be able to help you navigate that process, whether it's an online auction or a more traditional sale, and kind of help you through the nuances depending on what type of foreclosure and what type of sale it is. All right, number 4 kind of goes without saying, but it's read your contract package. Every one of these foreclosures and every one of these banks have a little bit different of a contract package. It's not as simple as just writing up an as-is state contract with the boilerplate language in there that you do on most of the traditional sales. You're going to want to read through that personalized contract very, very carefully. They're written by the bank's attorney, so obviously they're benefiting mostly to the bank and not so much to the buyer. So take a good look at that. And again, if you have the right realtor, he or she is going to know the pitfalls and kind of carefully go through that with you and help you navigate those things and make sure everything is on the up and up. All right, finally, number 5 is going to be, if you get it under contract, you need to have a professional home inspection done. It's just absolutely a must. I would never recommend you not writing a contract that has an inspection period in it, so you can go through it with a fine-tooth comb with a professional who's going to know what to look for. These banks have no idea what has gone on with these properties. It basically fell into their lap as is. It's being sold as is. And so if you don't have a home inspection, and I've seen it happen before, somebody's gone in there and put hydraulic cement down all the drains, and believe me, I've seen that more than one time. You know, you're stuck with a really bad situation. And so that's why you need to have that home inspection done. It's kind of self-explanatory, but you know, you just don't want to take any chances. You want to find out exactly what's going on with that property and make sure that you can handle it, and it's not going to cost you a bundle. It's going to put you underwater on the home. Anyway, I hope this video has been worthwhile for you and giving you a little bit of information on these things. There's so much more that I really couldn't go over in a short video like this, but by all means, if you're looking for something in Southwest Florida, a foreclosure or even not a foreclosure, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. If you're in Cape Coral, you can drop by my office. I'd love to meet you and have a cup of coffee real quick. But if you did find this video worthwhile, I would love it if you hit the like and subscribe button there on the screen. I'm trying to do more of these real estate and Florida lifestyle sort of videos more frequently. So if you're subscribed and hit that notification, you will stay informed and stay up with me. And I really hope I get to meet you sometime. But again, call me anytime. I'm always available. I'm a full-time realtor. Like I said, my team and I have done over 1,000 of these foreclosures, but we do regular traditional real estate, new construction, things like that. So we're in a little bit of everything down here. So give me a call. Happy to help you out.